in the depths of the vast Australian wilderness, where the glimmering sunlight struggled to penetrate the ominous shroud of dense vegetation, there existed a creature known only as Bunyip. Legends whispered of this malevolent being, whose true nature was as enigmatic as the dark waters it called home. It was said that Bunyip possessed a primal power, capable of evoking sheer terror within the hearts of those unfortunate enough to cross its path. Bunyip, also known by the ancient name Kian Prati, was a dreaded Australian sea devil, an embodiment of pure evil that lurked in the murky depths. Its grotesque visage was a nightmarish amalgamation of the ferocious beasts of the land and monstrous denizens of the water. Its head bore the fierce countenance of a crocodile, adorned with rows of serrated teeth that dripped with venomous anticipation. Its muzzle eerily resembled that of a dog, as if twisted in a perpetual snarl of aggression. But it was the horrific blend of the walrus and the horse that made Bunyip all the more unsettling. The fangs and flippers of a walrus protruded from its twisted form, granting it a terrifying agility both above and below the water's surface. And from its hindquarters flowed a majestic but eerie tail, that of a horse, betraying its unearthly origins. Bunyip found solace in the obscure corners of the world, dwelling amidst the somber waters that stained the landscape with a sense of foreboding. Swamps, streams, rivers, ponds, and lakes became its hunting grounds, where its insatiable thirst for malice could be sated. It awaited its unsuspecting victims patiently, hidden beneath the veil of still waters, ready to unleash its wrath on any that dared to wander near. Whispers of missing souls and unexplained disappearances echoed through the towns where the haunting presence of Bunyip cast its shadow. Its sheer elusiveness contributed to the legend, leaving those who encountered it with mere fragments of broken memories, glimpses of those merciless jaws lunging forward, the dreadful enchantment of flailing flippers, and the haunting cries that echoed in the night. The stories of Bunyip struck fear into the hearts of the locals, who recoiled at the mere mention of its name. Mothers warned their children to avoid the water's edge, to steer clear of the unknown horrors that lurked beneath. But as the nights grew darker and curiosity whispered its wicked invitation, some dared to venture closer, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fascination and dread. And thus, in the inky blackness of those water-soaked realms, tales of Bunyip continued to be born, passed down through generations, warning of the evil spirit that lay in wait. As the legend of Bunyip spread like wildfire, so did the daring urge to unravel the mysteries that shrouded the creature. Among the countless tales, one story emerged, whispered only in hushed tones by those who claimed to have encountered the legendary beast and lived to tell the tale. The tale spoke of a young adventurer named Amelia, whose insatiable curiosity led her to the uncharted realms of the wilderness. Drawn by the allure of the unknown, she embarked on a perilous quest, determined to find the truth behind the shadowy myth that consumed the hearts and minds of the surrounding towns. Guided by whispers and half-truths, Amelia ventured deeper into the heart of the land, following the rugged trails that eventually led her to the edge of a desolate swamp. The oppressive air clung to her skin, thickening with a sense of impending doom. Undeterred, Amelia took a hesitant step forward, her eyes scanning the murky waters that lay before her. As the moon cast a pale glow upon the surface, the silence was shattered by the piercing cry of an unseen creature. Amelia's heart raced, but she steeled herself against the fear that threatened to consume her. With each determined stride she took, she inched closer to the realm of Bunyip. The moments stretched into an eternity as Amelia cautiously reached the water's edge. Peering into its depths, she saw a hypnotic reflection of moonlight dancing upon the ripples. It was then that she was gripped by an inexplicable sense of both dread and fascination, her resolve momentarily faltering. But she could not turn back now. Taking a deep breath, Amelia plunged into the inky depths, her body enveloped by the suffocating embrace of the waters. As she descended into the abyss, a hushed chorus of echoing whispers filled her ears, secrets hidden within the ethereal darkness. Deeper and deeper she delved until she met with an unexpected silence. The waters stilled as if holding their breath, and Amelia found herself face to face with a scene she could scarcely comprehend. A hidden cavern revealed itself, illuminated by an eerie incandescent glow. Stalactites dripped with unspoken secrets, casting an otherworldly glow that highlighted the immense form lying within. And there, bathed in an ethereal aura, was Bunyip itself. Amelia's pulse quickened as she drank in its unimaginable form. The crocodile-like head turned towards her, the dog-like muzzle twitching as if sensing the intrusion. It was a moment of sheer terror and awe as their eyes met. An unfamiliar connection formed between mortal and mythical creature. A cold shiver crept up Amelia's spine as she gazed into the creature's abyssal eyes. A sense of unease enveloped her, as if she had trespassed upon the realm of the forgotten, disturbing a slumber that was never meant to be disturbed. The cavern seemed to pulsate with a haunting energy, and Amelia's every breath resonated with the heaviness of the forbidden knowledge that hung in the air. It was as if the very fabric of reality had grown thin, allowing a glimpse into the unfathomable depths of Bunyip's existence. Yet, amidst the macabre scene, there lingered a flicker of something more than mere malevolence. In the depths of Bunyip's unfathomable eyes, Amelia saw a glimmer of sadness, a hint of an existence burdened by the weight of its own wickedness. Was there a vestige of humanity buried beneath its monstrous veneer? Or was it merely a cruel trick played by the dark forces that dwelled within? Amelia's thoughts raced, her mind a tempest of swirling questions. But before she could uncover the truth, an ethereal wind swept through the cavern, extinguishing the delicate glow that illuminated its depths. The air grew thick with a suffocating darkness, leaving Amelia disoriented and trembling. Panic clawed at her throat, but she stifled her fear, knowing that in the presence of Bunyip, weakness would be her undoing. As Amelia stood before the creature, her trembling lips mustered the courage to utter a single word, a cautious plea for understanding. The murky water quivered, responding to the power she had unwittingly awakened the power to communicate fleetingly with the denizens of the darkness. In the chorus of whispers, an answer came forth, a symphony of sorrow and torment. Bunyip spoke, its voice raw and distorted, carrying the weight of lakes tainted with blood and marshes haunted by anguished souls. It spoke of a curse that had rendered it an unholy monstrosity, robbing it of a once humane existence. Amelia listened, her heart entangled in the web of empathy. She reached out, her fingers brushing against the roughened scales that adorned Bunyip's hide. In those fleeting moments of contact, she glimpsed the flicker of a forgotten humanity imprisoned within the creature's tortured form. It was a soul yearning for redemption, for release from the nightmarish prison that had consumed it. And yet, as Amelia leaned closer to decipher the dissonant cries of Bunyip, a mournful howl echoed through the cavern, piercing the darkness like a blade. It was a warning, a chilling reminder that some secrets are meant to remain locked away, sealed within the watery abyss. Thus, we must leave Amelia's fate suspended in the chilling depths, for to delve further into the shadows would court a darkness too profound to comprehend. In the murky swamps, the ancient spirits whisper their cautionary tales, urging us to respect the boundaries that separate the realm of the living from the domain of the vengeful dead. May we choose our steps wisely henceforth, lest we become ensnared in the haunting grip of Bunyip's malevolence, forever trapped within the nightmares it unleashes upon the world. In a small, isolated town nestled on the fringes of the unyielding Australian wilderness, Amelia's disappearance weighed heavily upon the hearts of her family. The passing of days turned into excruciating weeks, as they haunted the forests, the swamps, and the lonesome waterways in search of their beloved daughter. Whispers pervaded the once tight-knit community, weaving tales of the dread surrounding Bunyip and its unholy reign. The townsfolk cowered behind bolted doors, terrorizing themselves with tales of its insidious nature. But Amelia's family, their love for her unyielding, refused to surrender to the darkness. With determination etched upon their faces, Amelia's anguished parents and siblings embarked on a treacherous journey into the heart of the foreboding wilderness. Armed with flickering lanterns and hearts poisoned by equal parts dread and desperation, they ventured into the same murky depths in which their beloved daughter had vanished. The nights grew colder as they ventured deeper, shadows dancing grotesquely around them, whispering tantalizingly with every gust of wind that tore through the gnarled trees. The swamps hissed and groaned beneath their feet, as if mocking their futile attempts to reclaim their lost kin. Swathes of time twisted and contorted, until the boundaries between reality and madness blurred in the dense fog that clung to their weary figures. The family pressed on bravely, fueled by a love threaded with hope and an unwavering belief that perhaps, just perhaps, Amelia was still alive, her spirit entangled within the clutches of Bunyip's wrathful grasp. But as they delved deeper into the abyss, it became evident that their footsteps were not only followed by trepidation, but also by a sinister presence, unseen and unfathomable. Whispers that fell upon their ears were not only the rustling of leaves in the wind, but the eldritch murmurs of lurking horrors from beyond the grasp of mortal comprehension. Each step forward was mirrored by a gut-wrenching sensation of being watched, of unseen eyes boring into their souls. It seemed as if the very air around them recoiled in malevolence, suffocating their every breath and clawing at their sanity. Yet, anchored by a love that went beyond rationality, Amelia's family pushed onward, refusing to succumb to the encroaching terror. And then, on a night misted with dread, they stumbled upon a gateway into the macabre heart of Bunyip's lair. The fetid breath of the creature mingled with the stagnant air, as if ushering them toward the precipice of unspeakable darkness. Without hesitation, they plunged forward, clinging onto the last strands of hope that had guided them through the abyss. With trembling hearts, Amelia's family pressed onward, their footsteps a cacophony of trepidation, through the winding labyrinth of twisted roots and murky waters. They followed the twisted path that would lead them to their daughter's fate. Finally, they arrived at a desolate clearing, illuminated by a pale and sickly moonlight that dripped mercilessly through the dense canopy above. A figure, hunched and contorted, materialized in the center, a grotesque shadow against the backdrop of their bleak surroundings. At first, hope flickered within their chests as they recognized Amelia's silhouette. But as their eyes adjusted to the macabre sight before them, their hope twisted into a sickening dread. An unnatural aura enveloped their beloved daughter, her once vibrant features distorted into a haunting semblance of humanity. Amelia's once joyful eyes were hollow sockets, devoid of life and warmth. Her skin clung to her emaciated frame, as if drained of all vitality. The ghostly pallor that coated her fragile form spoke of a tormented existence. Her voice, once filled with laughter, now croaked with a discordant melody, a haunting chorus of despair emanating from her unseen depths. Tears welled in her family's eyes as they took in the tragic sight. This was not the reunion they had yearned for, but a glimpse into a nightmare that had entwined their precious Amelia, leaving her to exist as a mere vessel for the malevolence that consumed her. Amelia's family approached hesitantly, their hearts heavy with the unbearable burden of witnessing the transformation their daughter had endured. Tentative words of love escaped their quivering lips, caressing the stagnant air. Yet even as they embraced her fragile form, their touch met only with an icy chill, as if she had become one with the darkness that ensnared her. But the sensation of despair soon gave way to something far more sinister. As their trembling fingers brushed against her cold skin, whispers began to slither forth from the depths of Amelia's being. Unholy utterances, ancient incantations bound within her very essence, spilled forth like venomous serpents, weaving a tale of sinister possession. Their souls trembled, threatening to crumble beneath the weight of forbidden knowledge. Amelia's family recoiled, their hearts pounding with a mixture of terror and heartbreak. It became agonizingly clear that the being before them carried not only the remnants of their daughter, but the malignant presence of the Benyip itself, the evil spirit that had ensnared their beloved Amelia. And so, their quest for reunion turned into a journey of desperation. As they fought against an insurmountable veil of wickedness, love morphed into despair, hope twisted into anguish, and their lives were forever haunted by the wretched sight of their daughter, trapped within the clutches of the malevolent Benyip. The darkness embraced them all, consuming their every thought and shattering the remnants of their fleeting happiness. As they stood there, paralyzed by a blend of grief and terror, the world around them seemed to retreat into an eternal night, a realm of perpetual torment from which there might be no escape. The fate of Amelia's family, entwined with the horrors of Benyip, remains elusive, a tale veiled in the impenetrable blackness of despair. May their tragic encounters serve reminder of the insidious forces that lurk within the shadows, forever yearning to claim innocent souls and suffocate the light that flickers within us all.